Hey guys, it's Ep6 and welcome back to episode 6 of my Juventus career mode. Now in today's episode we're going to be getting through 2 or 3 games, the first of which is against Crotone, and then the next one I think is against Sampdoria, is it? Yeah it is, and then we've got a game potentially to finish off the episode against Atalanta. So 3 league games to play, no cup competitions in today's episode. We are currently just 1 point in front of second place. We need to hopefully try and extend that lead in today's episode on a decent win streak actually at the moment, so hopefully we can continue that. But before we get into the episode, if we could go ahead and hit 40 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well, it'd be absolutely fantastic. If you missed the last episode, which I think quite a few people might have done because it was a double upload day, so I don't think as many people saw the second upload, which was episode 5, the previous one. So if you haven't seen it, you can just click the link in the description below. You just click the show more tab, and you will be able to go watch last episode before this one. But yeah, let's crack on with today's episode. This is the sign I'm going to be going with. It's a changed team because we have the next match in about 4 days' time, and we've just had a game pretty recently. So I've had to rotate the side round a little bit. This is the team I've gone with. Buffon starting in goal. Teo, I think is how I pronounce his name, at right back. He's actually, I think, a centre mid, but he can play right back. Regani alongside Bonucci at centre back. Matteo at left back, with Cubas and Krychowiak in CDM. We've got Cuadrado at right mid, Pajaka at left mid, and then we've got Verdi playing in behind Batshuayi. It's Verdi's first game. We signed him, I think, last episode, maybe the one before that. Can't quite remember now, but he's getting his first game, and he's going to play in behind Batshuayi, like I said. And yeah, this is the bench I've gone with. Again, a few different options. There's quite a lot of players that miss out, a little bit tired, and I've decided to rest quite a few for this next league game after this match. For those of you wondering where face cam is, I don't know if anybody is wondering that, to be honest, but it's kind of coming off for like the next couple of weeks, just because I've got a busy few weeks ahead, so I've got to like pre-record quite a few videos, which means it's obviously a lot easier to pre-record videos if there's not another load of footage, like a face cam file to go along with it, so it just makes it easier for me. So that'll be the case for the next few weeks, because very busy with like mock exams as well coming up very shortly, so apologies about that. But yeah, let's crack on with the game and hopefully get ourselves 3 points. Okay, here we go. I really want a good performance from Verdi. I'm interested to see how he gets on. We played against him before we signed him, just a few days before we signed him, and he looked incredible for them. I think he was playing out wide. For us, he's playing centrally, so we'll see how he does there. He's got plenty of pace. Technically, he's decent. Obviously, not incredible, hence, you know, his overall, I think he's 80, was he, overall? But still, he's okay, so we'll wait and see how he does there. I'm hoping he can be sort of our assist king. Here we go, hits him on the break. Batshuayi, going to look for that through ball. Just about finds Pajaka. He's going to play it back inside to Cubas now. We've got a chance still to build up the play. Krychowiak out to Teo. He's got forward for the first time here. Teo into Batshuayi. This is great. Pajaka to shoot. Oh, the shot was terrible. Pajaka back to Matteo. This is good. Batshuayi can shoot. Oh, I thought that was going in. Fantastic save by the goalkeeper. I was sure that was going to find the back of the net. Great chance for us. The best chance so far of the game. Cuadrado looking to get it in. That's a decent header. Oh, so close. Cubas onto Verdi. Not been involved much recently, Verdi. Gets brought down as a penalty. Just as I say, he's not involved. He wins as a penalty with 15 minutes left of this first half. I'd be tempted to give it to Verdi, to be honest, but whenever I take penalties with left footers, they always get saved. So I'm not going to risk that. We're going to take it with Batshuayi. Now I've said that, it'll probably be saved. It hasn't, though. He didn't move the goalkeeper. We're 1-0 up. Had to be from the penalty spot, but it's a deserved goal. We've been looking the better team. We've been really putting them under a lot of pressure defensively, and we've gone 1-0 up inside the first 32 minutes. Batshuayi getting on the score sheet. That might be his first goal for us now. I can't quite remember. Verdi on to Batshuayi. There's a huge gap in the defence. We managed to win it back from there. Throwing. Didn't quite have the finish there, Batshuayi. It's right at the goalkeeper. A little bit disappointing. Verdi to deliver this one. He might be our set-piece specialist in the side. Off the bar. Again, we've looked good. And it's been bundled in by the defender. It's an own goal. It's 2-0. Very, very lucky there. Bonucci with the initial header. And we've actually looked good from set-pieces. And I never say that. We always waste the set-pieces. I'm always complaining about we not doing enough from them. But Bonucci, I think, has got on the end of the last 2 corners now. Anyway, it gets bundled in. And that is just really poor defending. Should deal with it much better. But we'll take any goal we can get. We're 2-0 up. Cruising to a 2-0 win at the moment. We need to try and get another goal, though, just to make sure we've 100% put this game to bed. Half-time, winning the game 2-0. Very positive first half. Got a clean sheet at the moment. Really dominating Crotone like we should be, to be honest. We are supposed to dominate this league. There's no two ways about it. We are supposed to win most of the games. We are Juventus at the end of the day. And maybe it is a slightly easier road than some, but still we're only 1 point in front of second place. So it is still fairly tight at the top at the moment. And we can hope that we can try and extend that lead by a win here. Hopefully we can. We just need a third goal, I think, to well and truly put this game to bed. Xhaka going for the cross. Batshuayi's in there, can't quite reach it. It's a decent ball in. It's really caused them some troubles, but sadly couldn't quite get on the end of it. Okay, first two changes now with about 25 minutes to go. We're going to bring on Khedira and Mertens. That means we'll be taking off Verdi and Krychowiak. Krychowiak coming off basically because he's been doing a fantastic job for us. And I wouldn't mind using him in the near future a lot more in the first team. I'm not a huge fan of him based on his stats, but in game he's actually a very, very good player. Stats-wise, he's not really pacey enough for me as a centre-mid, but in game he does a fantastic job. Verdi's coming off because he's very tired. So yeah, we're going to wait and see with about 25 minutes to go whether we can add a third goal to the scoreline. Hopefully we can to really just put this game to bed. Mertens looking for Batshuayi. It's a fantastic pass. Batshuayi, oh, you've got to score it. You've got to score it. We're going to take him off, I think, Batshuayi. He's done an okay job. He obviously got the initial penalty, or scored the initial penalty, but he's not been great finishing-wise. A little bit disappointing. Still getting used to him. We are going to bring on Zaza instead for the final 15 or 20 minutes, just to give him a run out, because he won't be playing the next game. It'll be Icardi, so Zaza's going to get just the end of this game now. Oh, what the hell's happened here? Mertens thought it was going to be a free kick. Saved by the goalkeeper and out for a corner. That was a close one. We're going to actually play this one short. Maybe a bit risky given the fact we've done well from previous ones. Khedira was unmarked. It's got to be a goal. You've got to at least get that on target there, Khedira. Free header. And you've got to do much better. Poor defending. Sadly, it sails over the bar. That is it, we've won the game 2-0. Sadly, couldn't add to that scoreline in the second half, which was a bit surprising. We were so dominant in that first half. I kind of expected us to go on and really add to the scoreline. It didn't happen, though. But strangely enough, Juventus, I think, got this scoreline against Crotone in the exact fixture not so long back, because this is obviously February the 5th, so it wasn't too long ago. I think Juventus got the exact same results. I think we played them in the reverse fixture, and I'm pretty sure we also won 2-0 in that game as well. So that's an interesting fact for you there. But anyway, we've gone actually now 4 points clear of Inter Milan. That is pretty decent. They must have lost. I don't know who they played. They played Lazio, so they lost, and that means we are 4 points clear of them. Gives us a nice little bit of a cushion there, which is good. And so yeah, we'll wait and see what happens over the next few games. Sampdoria coming up now. We will be playing that match. It might well be the final one of the episode. We'll have to wait and see how we get on with timings. I also forgot to mention that Koeman is not willing to sign a new contract just yet, which is a little bit disappointing. We don't actually need him to sign a contract. This is only until the end of the season. I just wanted him to commit himself to the club for the hell of it, basically. Asmalaqueta says thanks, the same with Xhaka as well. Okay, this is I'm going to go with for the game against Sampdoria. We got Buffon starting in goal again. Haisaj as my right back. Can never get that name pronounced right. Manolas as my centre back alongside Laporte. Asmalaqueta as my left back. Storaro and Krychowiak starting in CDM. That's why I took Krychowiak off so he can start this game. Kingsley Coman as my right mid. Asamoah as my left with Pjanic just in behind Icardi there up front. So yeah, pretty happy with that team. It's a very strong side. This is the bench we've gone with on here as well. So we've got Mertens there. Khedira, loads of different attacking options. Zaza again features on the bench. Let's wait and find out how he gets on. Hopefully get another 3 points and play some good football like we did in that last match. And we'll wait and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Look at the home crowd for this match. It's a very, very big game for us. We are at the Juventus stadium and we need to try and get ourselves 3 points here. We need to try and make sure that we can run away with the league ideally. We are trying to win everything for the final sort of few months that I'm at the club. A ball through straight away to Icardi. Oh, couldn't get past the defender though. Asamoah into Storaro. Here we go. Pjanic's going to turn his man. He's going to shoot. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. It's a great chance for us. By far our best one in the opening 10 minutes. It's going to be a corner by Koeman. It's a good delivery. Good connection again. Couldn't quite direct it towards goal though. Oh, he's got me for pace there. He really does have more pace than Laporte. Trying to keep up. Outstrength him. Oh no, that's poor. And, oh, we should concede there. We really should. Buffon rushes out. Eder couldn't finish it off. That's just a misplaced pass that's caused that opportunity for Sampdoria. And it was a great chance for them to go 1-0 up. Icardi looking for that ball through. Wasn't supposed to find Asamoah. It does across the box. Oh, couldn't scoop it back in. It's a great chance for us. Again, brilliant build-up play. Dominating possession, I'd imagine. I mean, I don't know whether the stats always show that, but I certainly feel like we are. inside here. Pjanic, gonna look for Icardi. Icardi! Oh, he couldn't get any closer to the goal. Still gets saved. Need that opening goal. We really do need that opening goal. Cohen to deliver it. Icardi, oh, again another chance. In fact, it's a corner here. Not so convinced by that decision, but we'll take it. Oh, go on. No, it doesn't fall for anyone again. Cohen. Pjanic. Onto Storaro, looking to burst through the defence. Back to Pjanic. Pjanic! Oh, rubbish. It was actually alright. Goalkeeper just made a decent save. Ball into the box. Coman to deliver. It's a good ball in. Laporte, he's going back to it and he couldn't finish it off again. Need a goal still just before half-time here. Looking to build it up here. Storaro into Pjanic. Now looking, why the hell did he just pass the ball? Half-time, 0-0. I have no idea how. This is the most dominant game that I've played in a while. And it's 0-0. We've had loads of chances. I think it said we had 7 shots. They had 1 so far. Obviously, their shot they probably should have scored, in all fairness. They should have finished it off, but they didn't. And we are somehow not in the lead in this game. I don't really know how. Krychowiak onto Coman here. This might be a chance. Krychowiak gets blocked again. Asamoah onto Pjanic. Needs that run from Coman. He's got it as well. Coman looking to deliver. Icardi! Oh, he's got a decent head behind that one. It's a goal. It's a fantastic finish. That looks like it was near the edge of the box, did that one? We'll have to look on the replay. It might have just been me, but what a header that is. Brilliant accuracy and power. Not too far off the edge of the box. More like the penalty spot, but it's a fantastic finish. Really, really good header. And it's 1-0. So happy we've managed to get the opening goal there. Icardi arriving a little bit late into the box and finishing it off. Fantastic stuff. 1-0 up. Coman looking for that pass. Fantastic one as well. Pjanic, great dribbling. Oh, has the finish as well. It's 2-0. We've doubled our lead. It's fully deserved as well. Only difference between the second half and the first half is that now we're starting to actually take the chances. It's very good stuff. A little bit of footwork gets us in behind there. Just outdoing the defender. Right into the corner. No stopping it. 2-0 up and looking like we're going to cruise to another 3 points. I think we might make some changes now though. Unusually we are going to make all 3 changes at this point. Despite us being in the lead, I think I want to take off some of my more key players. So that means we're going to bring on Zaza, Marquisio and also a player I don't think I've tried out yet. Mandragora, I think is how I pronounce his name, at CDM. We're going to take off Pjanic, Krychowiak and Icardi as well. So we're going to take off 3 really key players for us and bring on 3 players that maybe don't get quite as much game time as they probably should. It's about 20 minutes to go, just over, and we'll wait and see what sort of impact they're able to make. Marquisio. No pressure whatsoever from the defence really here. We're passing it around them nicely. Coman looked to turn in behind and shoot. Kept it down well. I was expecting that to fly over the bar on the turn, but it hasn't. The goalkeeper saves with 10 minutes to go. And we're going to look for a good delivery from Coman. It's a brilliant delivery. Oh, decent header again. Why have we suddenly started winning all these headers? I think we've got maybe more of a physical team than I used to be honest. But just struggling to get a few of them on target, but still at least connecting with them. Zaza onto Marquisio. Don't usually have him this far forward, but we are going to play him there. Coman. Marquisio, Zaza, someone saved again. Coman, decent ball into the corridor of uncertainty, but the goalkeeper deals with it well. And again, won it back. They can't clear the lines. It's gone into that same corridor. This time the goalkeeper holds onto it. Delivery by Coman from another corner. Oh, it goes right the way through. From Rasmus connected with it. Manolos with the initial header. If only there was someone at the back post to stick it in. And that is it. Again, another 2-0 win. Couldn't find a 3rd or 4th goal there. Really surprising because we absolutely smashed them in that game. We really did play some great football as well. If you don't know, we're actually playing on Legendary here. So we've also got the sliders in the opposition's favour as well, slightly. So difficulty-wise, I think it's actually about perfect, to be honest. We should be dominating these games. Juventus do in real life. So I think difficulty-wise, we have got it about spot on at the moment. We just need to make sure we've also got a little bit of competition. Although it's not really the aim of the league. The league's almost, we're taking that as we're going to win it kind of thing, which I know maybe is probably not the right attitude, but I think we should really win it from this position. It's mainly the Champions League and the other kind of cups and trophies I want to win during the remainder of the season. So we'll wait and see how we get on in those cups and competitions, that sort of thing. We get Zenit. That'll probably be in the next episode in the round of 16 against them, and hopefully we can progress and try and win the Champions League. That is the reason why we're doing these final few months of the season. But that's pretty much everything for today's episode. We will quickly do some player development and sim up to the next game. We won't quite have enough time time to fit in the third match. I don't really know what to do with these players because we don't have anybody that's really got much of a chance of going up in overall at the moment. But Xhaka, I think we will take out. I'll probably swap him round with Mandragora, I think, who actually looked decent in game there. Very surprised by him. So we will maybe look to increase his finishing. I know it's not ideal, but it's very, very low. It's probably not the main priority for him, but we will also look to improve some of his other things that maybe he will need a little bit more of. So standing tackle, marking, that sort of thing, we will do initially. And we'll see how we get on with those drills this week. We'll keep Cubas in there to try and train him up. He does go up on actually quite a few attributes, unlike Mandragora, who doesn't go up whatsoever. We'll train them up over the next few weeks, hopefully have some decent development, but it's not a huge point really in this career mode. We're only here for a couple more months, so we're not looking to really train players up necessarily. But again, it's Atalanta now. That one will be in the next episode, I think, unless we were to sim it now, but I'm not really too sure what sort of fixtures we've got coming up after this one. I wouldn't really want to sim it with a weakened team, to be honest, because that's the sort of team we will put out. It would be weakened because we've got a game against AC Milan that's probably a little bit more important in 4 days' time. So that'll be everything for today's episode. Apologies we don't have time for the third game, but that is everything for this episode. Juventus still, we are still in front of Inter Milan by 4 points, who are obviously in second. So yeah, we're doing pretty well at the moment. Very happy with the league position. Not too sure how many games we've won, drawn, or lost, so let's take a look. Bearing in mind, some of them obviously happened before I joined. 17 wins, 3 draws and 3 losses. Doing very, very well. Goal difference is looking extremely strong as well. Best defence in the league and joint best goal scoring record. But yeah, that's everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could go ahead and hit 40 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It'll be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that'd be really appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.